Good afternoon, everybody! How are you doing this fine day of the week, whatever day it is? I'm gonna undo that right there so you guys can all see my face. Although it's probably should go ahead and do that as well so that you can see me better. Good afternoon, everybody! Welcome to Session 8 of Home Sweet Kersh. Home Sweet currently not in Kersh. I have some players, if they would like to introduce themselves, starting with Mr. Holocall. Could you introduce yourself and your character?
I am Holocall, playing a human fighter, also called Holocall.
I'm Satet, playing a half-elf cleric named Satet.
I'm Introduced. I'm playing Horgold Wolfshift, which is a human.
I'm Surtur. I'm playing the Kobold Ranger called Grunthos.
Alright. Do quick recap of last session. Last time, oh man, did I not write down her name? The characters were talked to by a lady in an inn. There we go. Borghild, Nyborg. She had them go track down a fairy ring and kill some trolls, and apparently a side dish of ogres. The characters managed to win the fight, went to visit Grunthos' family, and have returned back to Orkland Bay to talk to their patron. And we'll go switch everybody to here. Whoop, there we go. And she gave them a large paycheck and an offer for more work. Back to the Snorting Boar Inn, I believe. So we'll go ahead and start. Borghild looks at all of you and says, "You did." Shoot, I gotta get the accent. You did take a token of the troll that you killed, correct?
Yeah, didn't someone grab the head?
I'm not sure anybody took anything.
Somebody grabbed the head, from what I remember. I don't remember.
Grunthos is quizzically examining, sniffing the iron bar on the table. Not quite sure what this is.
Well, I'll pretend I have the head, and I will flop it on the...
Mm-hmm. She kind of looks askance at the head and says, "Very well. Please follow me." She, leaving the iron bar on the table, she gets up and heads out of the inn.
Grunthos, grab bar.
What? Yes. Grunthos grab bar. Pick it up. Hold it in my hand for a second. Try to bite it. Not sure what it is, and just put it in my pack.
It tastes metallic. It is a dull gray color. It's heavier than it looks like it should be by the... It feels like iron. I mean, what else can I say?
Yeah.
So I'm going to start following her then.
All right. She leads you out of the inn, which is located around there, and heads across the river at the river bridge, and then heads towards the north, kind of through. There is this area here is mostly rubble strewn. There is an old bit of town that used to be under this part of this section of cliff face. The cliff collapsed in on it. To the southwest, there is an old graveyard that currently disused, has been disused for quite a while. Apparently nobody likes burying their dead where some whites took up residence a few years ago. and she leads you guys through the rubble piles to the north to the cliff face. And she leads you in to there's a cave opening that's kind of hidden. It's not quite next to the river. It's a little more to the west than that. But it's not obvious. You basically would have to know where it's at to really find it. And she walks in. She does not light a torch. She does not light anything. She just walks into the darkness of the cave. Within 20 feet of the front entrance, it's pitch black because it's late enough in the evening that there's no sunlight getting to this part. And she's just walking ahead of you. Who of you all have dark vision? I know some of you do.
Satet does.
I don't.
I think he's the only one because I only have low light.
All right, Satet, you're the only one who is able to see in the darkness. Everybody else, your low light vision helps you for a little while as you're going into the cave, but you kind of turn around a corner and it's just pitch black. There's no way your low light vision can help.
Okay, I have the light cantrip. Can I fire that off?
Absolutely. And immediately, the object that you touch immediately lights up as a torch. And you're now well lit. You're able to follow her. This tunnel cave system seems to be kind of a straight shot. There's a little trickle of water running along the bottom of it. Looks like it was probably carved out by the flowing water. As you I have no idea what Puggles is doing. Anyway, as you guys get to the back of this cave system, there is a trickle of water kind of falling down from the ceiling through a small opening. There is a give me a Arcana or History roll, anybody. Circle of plants along the ground.
Earring?
Looks similar, but not quite. Arcana, that'll be good enough. Anybody else?
Arcana or
History?
Nature?
That will not be good enough. All right, so Horgold. This does look, in fact, like it's kind of a mixture between a Fey ring and a summoning ring, from what you can tell. As you're looking, each bundle of plants has a spike of metal in the bottom of it that's holding it to the floor. Looks like basically somebody drove spikes into the floor and then attached the plants to them. Spikes appear to be made of iron. They're probably an inch, nail size. They're 2 inches long, have a flat head on top. She watches you all arrive and looks at Satet. Says, "Please put the head in the center."
Did we leave that in the bar? All right, I'll put the head in the center.
She looks at you after you said the line about putting the head in the bar, kind of shakes her head and leans down over the center of the thing. The circle's probably 10 feet in diameter, so 5-foot radius. So she steps inside of it, leans down, and touches the head, and mutters something under her breath, and the ring starts glowing, and says, "Ah, yes, good. Very good. This shall be an opening. So, I would like to hire you for the next several months. You can expect another iron bar every month if you continue to work for me. And I do have a task that I would like, if you are up for it, or you can wait till morning if you wish.
No,
I'm
up
game.
for it.
Krontos leave beer. Eh.
Little one, it is not my fault that you left your beer at the bar.
No, bring beer outside. Why go?
Where you are going, you may be able to find more. Although I will caution, it may not be safe.
More beer? Oh.
Beer or wine or who knows. She steps back out of the ring and says, "This is a well. You all seem familiar with fairy rings. This is similar. This is a path to the Fey realm, only it is a little more, how should I say, restricted in its use. Those of you who are paying attention may notice that there are iron spikes around the outside of the ring. That is to prevent anything that is coming through the ring from escaping. It also ties the ring down to those locations. The fairy rings themselves are very transient in nature, or they tend to be, and this is why I needed a troll fresh from a recent one to ground this location. Give me a place that I can go point it at. So, all you need to do is step inside the circle and say in Fey, and she says a phrase. Do any of you know Fey or fairy? Or if you give me a really good intelligence roll and you know Elven.
Okay. Straight up intelligence.
Straight up intelligence. Ooh, that's a very good intelligence roll, Horgold. The phrase is similar to one in Elven. It basically means something along the lines of door open or portal open. There's no real direct translation. It's not quite open sesame, but it's close. She says, what I would like for you to do is negotiate with the beings on the other side of this for passage to elsewhere. I need to go to a place that teleportation cannot take me.
And that place is?
Well, north of here. I have business. Speak Brennan. Right, exactly, Pugs. I have business well to the north, but the place is barred from normal arcane teleportation.
Who has charisma that can ask him?
Not Krontos. He's middlish. Charisma.
I will warn you, friends, be careful what you promise. They are known to stick to the letter of their words.
So if we say to them we need passage to the north, they would know enough?
She thinks about it for a minute. Ask for safe passage through their lands, and that your patron knows where she is going. If their deal seems reasonable, you may accept. If their deal seems unreasonable, please return here. You will be able to find your way back and talk with me about what they are asking.
Okay.
Grunthos, go first.
Why? You scared?
Well, we
Okay.
all stand in the circle and just
Belly-
rephrase the phrase.
Gruntos belly flops into the circle.
As you guys pass through, there's a noticeable flash of light, and you are standing on. Ask for the third wish. You are standing on an open plain, arrayed out in front of you. Just rolling grassland as far as you can see, except when you turn around and look behind you, there is a steep cliff face leading into nothingness, and just mist all behind you in a half circular field. The nothingness is expansive. And on the ground in front of you is, or on the ground that you are standing on, there is a kind of brick. The floor is brick, and there is just kind of constructed. It looks exactly like the fairy ring you just stepped through, except everything, instead of being made out of natural plants, is made out of bricks.
Does it seem like this is a different plane?
Yes, probably. Give me a knowledge roll that's appropriate. Let's see. What would be the appropriate knowledge roll for this? You could give me a religion roll, a history roll, or an arcana roll.
How tall is the grass?
The grass is about waist high. Looks to be. What's it?
There could be something hiding in the grass, right?
There could be something
Yeah.
hiding in the grass. Yes.
There could be a Gruntos hiding in the grass.
Grunthos, to you, the grass is head height, or perhaps even a little taller.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Gruntos hides in that grass just by being there.
Yeah. Religion. So, Satet, you are certain you are no longer on the prime material plane. You're not certain which plane you're on, but given the recent history, you're fairly certain you're in the Faywyld.
Would Gruntos know it's Faywyld?
Grunthos might know it's Faywyld. What's your favorite enemy? Trolls. Giants. You know giants well enough. You know that they come from the Faywyld, so yeah, you might know that as well.
Not like, yes, this is the Faywyld. This might be where giants
come from. Yes.
Good to know. Gruntos starts jumping up to peek his head above the grass.
After a couple minutes, you guys spot a narrow path leading through the grass towards the nothingness that is behind you, and further into the distance.
Well, that's a path. Let's follow.
It is also daytime. When you guys left, it was evening.
Oh, nice.
But the weird thing is, there's no sun.
No sky?
Oh, there's the sky. There's no sun in it, though.
Okay.
No clouds. Just blue.
Which way on the path you guys want to go?
Well, there's only one direction, I guess.
Yeah, the other end of the path basically falls off the edge of existence. If you stare into the nothingness for very long at all, you know that feeling when you're standing on the edge of a cliff, or you know something's a really bad idea? You can almost feel the nothingness kind of saying, "Jump into me, it's fine. Nothing to worry about here."
Grunthos, go explore that way. And point toward the cliff.
Gruntos smarter than you think. Starts tromping off at the towards the path.
Alright, I'll just laugh and continue.
After very few minutes of walking, you guys are still on the path, but it's completely like there's no there is no like differentiation of the area. Like as far as your eye can see in every direction is just the same unending plains, and you don't think you've walked far enough to actually have gotten away from what you saw, the lack of something you saw behind you, and the brick area and everything else. It's like you took a few steps and there is just unending plains around you. Could I get a perception check from everybody, please? Sir got it. Satet got it. Holokal got it. Horgold's the only one who didn't. As you guys are walking, if you concentrate just a little bit, you can make out that the stuff that you haven't crossed as much distance as your eyes first thought. If you squint, you can basically see where you came from. It seems to be there's some sort of glamour or enchantment going on that prevents you from seeing very well. And as you continue to concentrate on looking, you see 3 figures coming down the path toward you.
Guys, company.
Dangerous company, or
I don't know, but I'm hiding. I'm going to go left off the path. Just off the path into the ground.
Okay, give me a stealth roll.
Gruntos does the same.
Ooh, that's a really good roll.
But I'm going on the right.
Holok and Horgold, you following them, or are you going to just stay where you are?
I'm gonna hide, that's for sure. I'm a rogue.
All right. I need to know.
And I'm gonna ready my short bow for any hostile activities.
Okay.
So aggressive activities against.
What you doing, Holokal?
I'm undecided. I think I will just stop walking.
All right.
And look in direction of the 3 figures.
We got you covered.
We only have to outrun Holok now.
Gruntos will knock an arrow on the short bow ready.
The 3 figures approach. The middle figure is as she approaches is a female form. She is wearing a long and flowing dress. On either side of her is a creature, not wearing a shirt, obviously male, and his leg. They have goat's legs. The 2 males do, and a panpipe at their chest. The the three figures approach. Hollock, you notice that as she gets close, you can't make out her facial features because she is wearing a stone mask covering her entire face. She has lovely green hair tied back into a ponytail behind her head, and she's wearing some sort of flowing dress or robe. She stops probably 10 feet from you, decent talking distance, but not too close, and says, "Well met, traveler. What can I do for you?"
Hail and well met. I seek safe passage through these lands for acquaintance of mine.
Safe passage. I cannot grant you that under my own power, but if you shall follow me, my mistress may be able to help you with what you seek. Please come and welcome to our home. Your friends may join you as well.
Nobody here but us chickens. Bark, bark, bark.
She doesn't even look at you. She just is staring straight ahead at Holocall.
We will follow you.
All right. She turns around and starts walking and heads off on a branch of the path you did not see beforehand. So as far as you guys could tell, this path was straight, or relatively straight, unbranching, and continuing on until the horizon. Probably 5 minutes after you start following her, she takes a hard right turn and heads off down the path. Heads down a separate path. Head the two like, if you're familiar with children's stories at all, you might recognize them as satyrs. Have kind of fallen behind your group. They don't seem to be guarding you, but they're making sure all four of you stay together. They're not being mean about it, but they seem to be making sure that you are following after their mistress.
Can we talk to him?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna ask him. So, what are you?
What's that?
I'm gonna ask their names.
Oh, shoot! I should have given these guys names. The one on the right says Adonai, and the one on the left says Dirhan. Is well met. What is your name, sir?
I'm Satat. So, which you use better with the pan?
they laugh, and they start playing. I would like a will save from you, sir.
Wisdom save.
Sorry, I'm having trouble finding it on my sheet.
Above your skill sets. Will save, I think.
Yep. Actually, you need to make 2 because they're both playing. Ooh, that's good enough, Satet. And that's not good enough. So Duhan? I should have written it down. I already forgotten his name. The one on the left.
Durham.
You seem to find his music much more intriguing, and you find yourself for about a minute just kind of zoned out and listening to him, completely charmed by his playing. The one on the right looks a little bit frustrated that his friend Adonai looks frustrated that his friend was able to entrance entrance you, and he was not.
Well played, good sir.
He bows. You're welcome.
All the while, Grantos is huffing and snorting. He was hidden. Nobody could have seen him. Someone saw him.
Did you say that out loud, or
It's
just frustrated act?
They just hear the character. Everyone around just hears Grantos snorting and huffing and
All right.
generally quite disturbed by something.
After a short walk, probably 10 or 15 minutes, you guys arrive at a cottage, fairly unassuming, and the lady in the front looks at you all and says and opens up the door for you and says, welcome, guests. Please do not trespass on my mistress's good nature, and be welcome for the duration of your stay.
Hello.
Thank you.
And as you walk in, she closes the door behind you, leaving you in a room that is larger than the exterior of the house could possibly have held. It is richly appointed, covered in silks and carpets and rugs and chairs, and this is like the entryway to the most expensive opera house or theater that you could ever imagine. The house was probably, 15 feet on a side. This room itself is probably 100 feet deep and 200 feet wide. And it is warmly lit by sources of unknown origin.
I'm gonna whistle.
The sound kind of, it doesn't echo. You think all of the like cloth and everything around kind of absorbs the sound. There are doors lining every wall, multiple doors. One of them stands open on the far side of the room.
And there's nobody in the room?
There's nobody in the room.
I'll just take a look around.
All right. This place is filled with wealth. Like it's not understated how expensive this would be. Like well knit silks. Woven silks of various and wild colors. The carpeting is plush. You think it's more comfortable than the bed you slept in last night if you just lay down on the ground. The chairs are all deep and plushy, and as you go through the room, you notice that the chairs each have chairs and lounging tables and everything have like bowls of fruit and vegetables beside them, and they smell wonderful and sweet. At each table is a flask of like a flask of fluid. You're thinking probably wine or beer. And I would like an intelligence check from everybody, please.
Oh, that's a save. That's not a check.
Ow. Got that high.
Oh. Well, everybody except for Holocall knows that or has heard that it is dangerous to eat and drink the food of the Fae. You have been invited in as guests, which offers you certain protections, but if you were to eat or drink anything in here, they might consider it as a gift to you and expect payment of some form or other. Holocall, stuff smells really, really good. Like, you have never smelled fruit that smells as good as this does.
Eat it. Eat it.
I'm not gonna make you. You don't have to, but you just know that it really smells good.
Difficult.
Can I take a seat anyway? I don't want to eat anything. I just want to take a seat.
Absolutely. The chairs are plush and comfortable. The chair looked oversized when you were first approaching it and thought about sitting down. And as you sat in it, it's like perfectly shaped to you. It's like this chair was made to hold your body. Even though you're wearing armor and you have your shield, and usually it's kind of uncomfortable to sit in a chair with that. It's like this chair was perfectly made to fit your proportions.
I'm going to groan and enjoy.
So if Gruntos goes to sit down, a rather huge chair all of a sudden is small?
The chair does not change in size. It just is perfectly sized for you. You're not quite sure how that works. Guess laws in Gosan, where you grew up. You would have been... Okay, so in Gosan, if you are a guest in somebody's house, you are expected to say, treat them with respect. They're expected to treat you with respect, so like no insulting them, don't pull a weapon on them, so on and so forth. If a meal is being served, then the expectation is that if you're a guest in somebody's house, that they would serve it to you as well. Basically, it's down to, I guess, courtesy. Courteous more than anything.
Oh, okay. Then I think I will reach out and grab the fruit.
Okay. Everybody who isn't Holocall doesn't notice Holocall grabbing the fruit until he has a good bite out of it. Holoc, what kind of fruit did you grab?
What kind of fruit are there?
All of them. Every one. Any kind that you
Okay,
like.
Then an apple.
So this is the tartness. It's like that tartness that's right on the edge of too tart, but it's also super sweet at the same time. It's the best apple you've ever tasted. It like snaps with an audible pop when you do it, and as you chew, you can hear how like good like it's like firm. The flesh is firm but not hard. It is sweet. The color is deep and orange for some reason. And it is the best tasting fruit, and you find yourself finishing the apple after 3 or 4 bites without even realizing what's going on, and it's like not filling, but you're happy that you ate it. Like all of your senses are happy that they were allowed to experience this apple. And when you're finished, you realize that there's no seeds or core or anything left. The apple is gone, with the exception of the little stem.
I wish those were real.
Seemed real enough to you.
Have we seen Hollock do this yet?
Oh, yeah. You guys saw him probably about his 3rd bite in. He had about 4 bites to finish the apple.
Oh, Hollock. It was nice knowing you, man.
What? Why?
You don't eat the fruit from the Fae.
Why not?
It comes with a price.
There is a chime about the time that Hollock's finishing his apple. There is a chime, and a person in the other room through the open door says, "Guests enter."
Can I wheel my chair in there?
No, your chair is bigger. It's bigger than you, and you as you try to like struggle, as you try to like pick it up, you struggle, and it stays where it's at. Probably weighs a literal ton.
Are the not the satyrs, the goat boys,
Yeah,
the
satyrs.
pan players are. I asked him where I can get one of these chairs.
They remained outside the room, so you guys were in here all by yourself. Sorry if I didn't make that clear.
You did.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
I guess I'm going to go
Gruntos
through the door.
just gets up and walks towards the door, waiting for people to follow.
I'll follow.
In through the door, you notice that the inside of this room. So there were doors lining all of the wall in the other room. As you cross into this next room, you realize that this room is just as big, if not bigger, than the previous room, and there's only this entrance door on this wall. So all of those other doors, they don't lead here. And you see in the center of a room a beautiful woman relaxing on what can only be described as a throne. She's kind of laying across the arms of it. Standing behind her is a giant of a figure, a literal giant. Grunthos, you would recognize this as a cloud giant. See if I have a picture somewhere.
Should we be holding Grunthos back? Do we know that he hates giants?
I don't know.
He hates trolls, but he dislikes the rest of the giant family. So, the second he sees the giant, you can hear a not so faint growl coming from him.
I'll put my hand on your shoulder and say, relax, we are guests here.
Cloud giant. I can't see if that guy right there. He's what? Probably 30 feet tall.
15 times my height.
Yeah, 15 times your height. You come up to his ankles probably. And he bellows out at you in common, in language you understand. Welcome, guests, to the House of Aurora. What may my mistress do for you this afternoon, today? The GM got that wrong.
We seek safe passage through these lands.
And an apple.
Take inspiration, Holocall. That was amazing. The gal on the throne looks at you. Safe passage through my lands. Where are you going? And why do you need passage through my lands?
What did the girl say? A deity would know or something?
Specifically, she said she needed to go far to the north, someplace she couldn't teleport.
Yeah, but Borhild also told us, like, if he said that, then she would know who, why, when. I forgot what the phrase was. I think it's something with deities or something.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I said at this point.
I think she just asked us to ask for safe passage through the land, not anything else. She gave us no details.
Us have friend want to go north. Must go through your land, not teleport. Able.
She kind of thinks for a little bit and says, it's been many years since I should do the accent. It's been many years since someone has asked for passage to the Fey realm. Mortals do no longer need it because they have figured out teleportation. But for a agreeable price, I shall grant you safe passage. None of mine would attack. Otherwise, without this, of course, I could not restrain my vassals from intercepting you. So it is wise that she sent somebody to talk to me. And I think I may have exactly what I think I have an idea about what you can do to get passage through here. She's looking at you, Satet. You brought the spear, right? That was a safe assumption for me to make. I'm hoping.
So that.
Okay, Mike died. Uh-oh.
Oopsie.
Yes, you have the spear. Okay. Can you still hear me, Satet? Okay. All right, she says, there is a place. Man, I'm murdering this accent. Sorry about that. There is a place not far from here that has the head of a spear in it that I wish recovered. I cannot touch it myself, but those of you mortals should be able to retrieve it. It is much similar to the one you carry, child. If you should bring me the spearhead and render it unto me, then passage I shall grant you and your mysterious friend. Still can't hear you, Satet.
I tug Horgold on the wrist of his jacket. Should we go talk friend first?
No, not yet. What's the reason you cannot touch the spearhead yourself?
She motions at the spear that Satet is holding, and says, "Iron is the bane to me and mine. Those of Fey blood cannot touch such a thing. But I must. I need to have it not be out in the wild. It is a danger to many, and it is a corrupting influence upon those who come near it."
So how do we deliver it to you? Do we need to have any safety precautions for you?
Once it is here, I shall put it in a extra dimensional space and keep it away from affecting my minions, my vassals.
Yeah,
Excuse
because we
me.
don't want you to be in any danger, of course.
Of course, I would never be in any danger.
Excuse me. Would us also carrying out of Faywyld help?
Perhaps, although that would not be worth as much as delivering it unto me. And how can I guarantee that you would not bring it back at a future time?
Grantos pulls up the bar, just holding it to himself. Is like this.
She kind of back a little bit. Be glad, little one, that you are far from my throne.
Tastes bad, and I put it away again. Into the pack.
I should think so.
Not good taste.
All right.
Are there any other parties interested in this spearhead that oppose you having it?
Mayhaps. My mother probably wishes it for herself. And shoot, I just forgot her name. Hold on. My brain just went out the window. Do. Oh shoot, what is her name? Ah, and Mab seeks it, of course. History, for those of you who would try to think of who that would be.
Not proficient in it, so
You don't have to be proficient. You can still roll.
yeah, but he wouldn't know. Most likely.
Information is money, so
Mm-hmm. So that name might be familiar to. Definitely would be familiar to Satet. Horgold. It's a name. It's you've associated it with the Fae, but other than that, you don't know. Satet, Mab is the queen of the Unseelie. So there are two courts of Fae. You have the Seelie and the Unseelie. Mab is also known as the Winter Queen. She is unpleasant. Unseelie. I think I spelled that wrong. Oh yeah, it's the S-I-D. That is how you spell it. I think. I don't remember the spellings very well. Yes. There in fairy tales and stories, the Unseelie Fae are the bad guys, but the Seelie Fae are not known as the good guys either. Trolls are, yep, that is absolutely true.
They're good, but tricksters, right?
They're tricksters, but they aren't mean. Or rather, they're tricksters, but they're not cruel. They can be mean, but they're not cruel.
Unseelie are basically jackasses that thrive punishment means. The Seelie is
So from
better.
from fairy tales, the Unseelie are the ones that the parents speak of to scare their kids into behaving right. They're the ones who if you get lost in the woods, invite you into their house and then eat you. The Seelie are the ones who, if you get lost in the woods, invite you into their house and make you a slave for the next 150 years. But they don't eat you,
Okay. Can we have a group decision about this? What we're gonna do?
She lets you talk amongst yourselves. If you speak quietly, well, very quietly, and you're not like right up next to the throne, so.
Otherwise, I could use a message to make sure she doesn't hear.
Correct.
But I don't want to use spells yet here.
That might be wise.
Yeah, in common, I think I'm for going for that spear tip and get that safe patches done. What do you guys think?
Is safe passage, but is too much or not enough pay or what?
Well, we get paid to do this, and this is just to make sure we got the safe passage. And we might ask for some fruit along the way.
Maybe. Yep.
It's a
I
bit
miss
difficult
idea.
to decide. We do not know what kind of forces await us, or if there are any forces at all.
But that's the Avenger, my friend. We can always back down and get out if we want to, if it's too much.
What if we take an arrow to the knee?
Then you become a town's guard.
Ah. Already done that.
As long as we can fight trolls at some point in our world and get rid of our family, I'm fine.
Can you hear me now?
Yes! Yay! Welcome back.
Welcome back, Satet.
Sorry, my whole sound driver died. I had to restart.
Ooh. Do you need to... did you miss anything, or...
I know she wants us to go do the spear, and we're discussing.
Right.
Spearhead. Iron spear tip. And I just showed her the iron bar we got and asked if it was the same material, and she cringed at the sight.
Satet, you are starting to notice that the air around the tip of your spear looks a little wrong.
Hey guys, can you see this?
See what?
It looks normal to you, Hollock.
Nothing out of the ordinary for me either.
Can I communicate with it yet, or am I still?
Give me wisdom. Give me your wisdom check. Oh yeah. You are able to Yes, you can talk to it. It can talk to you for short phrases. So, say 2 or 3 words.
What's wrong, buddy?
Ah. The spear replies, foul air.
Here or with other spear?
Here.
Hey guys, I think something bad's about to happen. Keep your arms.
So we agree to get the spear tip?
That would be the fastest and easiest way out of this building.
As soon as Satet mentions anything about something wrong, Grunto's eyes dart at the giant.
The giant is standing behind the lady, calmly staring at you all. Not making
Just
any motions, just staring at you.
Guys, I think we
Gruntos'
need
nature.
to get out of here one way or another.
What was that, Zerder?
That's just Grunto's nature.
Okay.
Hates trolls, dislikes giants of other kinds. So, naturally distrusting of giant kind.
I'm gonna slowly start backing away, like not fully away from the group, but just drift.
Okay.
We accept your quests for the spear tip. Do you have any information where we need to look for?
It is in the distance to the west, past the nothingness.
How did you get past the nothingness?
By walking. My vassal can help lead you there.
The giant?
No. The one out front who led you here.
Sorry, I just
Oh.
wanted up. I missed that part.
Oh, please do, because this place confuses me sometimes.
So, then I shall be expecting to see you back with my spearhead.
Perhaps if we make it.
Yeah, if you don't need to flee, then we try, of course.
We'll at least put a good faith effort in.
She grins at you, Satet, and says, "I would hope a child of Yakit would put all of their faith into their tasks."
Grunthos, you okay, buddy? You ready?
Yes. Low growl. Looking at the giant. Backing up.
I guess I'm gonna cautiously start heading to the door then.
All right. You start heading towards the door. Could I have an perception check by everybody who isn't Satet, please? As you guys head out. Ooh, nice, Hulk. As you guys head out, the door remains open. And you are allowed to leave the building. The gal is still the gal with the mask is still outside the front door, apparently patiently waiting for you guys to leave.
So, what's your relationship with? I'm sorry, I forgot who we're even talking to there.
Aurora, I think.
Yes. She is my mistress. She is my queen, my princess, my guide.
But unrelated otherwise.
And she's not my mom or anything.
Well, she told us that you could lead us past the nothingness to get a spear tip that she wants.
She kind of looks at you and hisses, and you hear a slight rattle from behind her. You're not exactly sure what that's all about. And she told you this?
Yes. She told you point way.
Very well, then follow me.
I get the sense that you don't want to go there. What's wrong with it?
I do not want to deal with mortals any longer than I must.
Ah, so the nothingness is not the problem, we are.
She kind of... you can see emotion under her mask, that... She looked like she, as far as you could tell, she was licking her lips under her mask, and she goes, "The air tastes bad around you."
You should try one of Hollock's apples.
They were not Holocks. You guys might have enough information now about her.
I think I know what she is, but I don't think Gruntos knows.
Yeah, let's see what we got for skills that might be applicable.
Animal handling.
Insight. Actually, she's not an animal, so not animal handling. She starts leading away. She starts leading away from the house. Ooh. Horgold and Grunthos, you're fairly certain she's a Gorgon. But the satyrs are gone, so she is leading you. Why must it be? And you can tell under her breath, she's saying, "Why must it be I that leads you there? You mortals."
Where's the satyr?
What's that?
Where the satyr friends go? We could use some music while we march.
Ah, you wish to have satyrs?
Not that.
Follow. Absolutely. Let me summon them. They will be happy to accompany us as we walk.
No.
About 30 seconds later, up out of the grass, the two satyrs re-arrive. And they start playing beautiful music for you.
Hey guys.
I heard you wanted a song.
Something a little more lively than last time, if you would, please.
They strike up a lively tune. All right. You guys walk, and you walk. And you're walking, it feels like, for hours. The scenery doesn't change. The path doesn't become any more or less clear. The song that the satyrs are playing is beautiful and lilting and wonderful, and as you go along, about You notice that you feel like you've been walking for hours, but you do not become hungry. It should be evening. The sun has not set. You do not become tired.
Are we almost there yet?
One more song, my friend, and then we shall arrive. Have you enjoyed the songs of my satyrs?
Yeah, they're not bad. They could use some bagpipes, though.
Bagpipes. She gives you a look, and continues on.
Just for the heck of it, Krontos is going to take out his flute and start playing.
Give me a performance check.
Ugh.
13, you're not wrecking their performance, but you're not really improving it either.
I wouldn't have cared if it was just to do something, but listen to the pan flutes. Want to do something.
After the promised one more song, you guys walk, and you have noticed over the last probably hour or two the nothingness off to your left. You're heading west. Yes, off to your left. And all of a sudden you guys are in a swamp. Just like night and day difference. And the nothingness has faded off into the distance behind you.
Are we on a trail in the swamp, or are we just all of a sudden standing in the swamp?
You're on a trail, although it's mucky enough that you know that mud that kind of sticks to your shoes as you walk, and you feel like after a couple minutes walking you're an inch taller. Yeah, you're walking through that kind of mud. It's just wet enough that you're just uncomfortable.
That's what I was afraid of.
She points forward and says, "We shall go no further. What you seek is that way."
Thank you, I think. And to the satyrs, I bow and say, "Great performance, gentlemen. Well done."
They bow in response, and kind of smirk at you.
Well, that was rude.
They seem... Yeah, we're going to leave it at that. They seem pleased with themselves, if nothing else.
So, is it overgrown with trees, or is it open a little bit?
It's kind of open. That it looks like trees. Any trees that grow here don't get very tall. They're all kind of spindly, and don't grow very well. There is just kind of, you feel like you should be being attacked by insects, but you're not. It doesn't quite feel right, but the air is heavy and wet, and the swamp is thick, and like you take 2 steps off of the path and you are quickly up to your ankles and then up to your shins in water. But it's like the ground sinks away from you rather than it being water just sitting out in pools.
But the path is clear to see, or
Krontos just walking the path. Just
Yeah, and I sent my birdie out to scout a little bit.
You quickly lose contact with your birdie.
Well,
Do you
then it
guys
comes
think
flying
they
back.
led
Then.
us into a trap? Sorry, I'm gonna whisper that to Horgold. Do you think they led us into?
It sounded sincere. And we get money after this.
Right.
So, what order are we in? Gronthos is in front.
Yep. I'm
Wanna be
guessing you or Horgold is at the far rear, and maybe Holok is behind me.
So, you guys spend some time walking through the swamp. There are occasionally branching paths that you take, leading around. Give me a nature check, please. See how lost you guys get.
Survival?
Survival, yes. Holok, you are able to, and Satet, really, you are able to kind of navigate the swamp, so you're always sure about your way back out of it. And after probably a couple hours of looking around, you find just sitting on the ground, you find a spearhead laying in the swamp. It is kind of half under it. It's soaking wet and it looks a little rusty, but not like destroyed. And it is missing its shaft.
Well, that was easy. And I'm gonna communicate with my spirit going, do you think that's...
And from the spear you get brother.
All right, guys. Anyone want to look for traps?
Taking a good look around for trap. That investigation.
Perception. Or investigate.
Investigate? I will look as well.
Nah.
It's too easy.
That was Gronto's fault as well. This is a bit too easy.
If it's too good to be true, it's probably not true.
Yep. Anybody else doing an investigate or perception? Oh, man. Okay. So, Holokal, Grunthos. Actually, everybody. Yep, everybody, because I rolled super bad. No, not Grunthos and Satet, actually. But Horgold and Holok. As one of you arrives at the spear, you hear a rustle of fabric from behind you, and you can turn around and see a familiar figure, but an unfamiliar face behind you, and a couple of other figures just off to the side from where you're standing.
We got friends around here. Prepare.
All right.
How far am I from the spearhead?
It's probably 10 feet from you or less.
I'm gonna knock an arrow.
I'm going to sprint to the head, to the arrowhead, or the spearhead, sorry.
And as you guys kind of recognize that there's somebody behind you, very familiar voice says to you, it's the Gorgon who has been following you. Adonai and I have decided that in payment for the song, you shall be giving us the spearhead instead of taking it back yourself. All right. And I would like initiative rolls from everybody. And this is going to be really, really interesting. Okay. Okay, so we have a 21. And we have a 15. And she is... Oh, no. I just want to roll. Thank you. Ooh. All right.
Can we put our characters on a blank sheet so that we have a situation but where...
Yes. Hold on. Doop. Doop. All right, so the path is probably 15 feet wide. Anything off of the path is difficult terrain. We'll just say it's straight. Let's see. Somebody draw a 15-foot wide path through the middle of this. Delete that. Yep, that'll work. We have... We have nope name. Yep. Save changes. Save changes. And there we go. Okay. What did you guys get for initiative? Let's see. Grunthos, 24. Horgold, 5. Really? Hollick, 16.
All right.
Satet, 11. Nobody is surprised because they rolled really bad. Then you two. And I need to know. Holy buckets, Batman.
Where is the spear in your drawing?
It's probably like right there. All right. Grunthos, you are first. You have 2 satyrs and a gorgon, well, Medusa, in front of you. They seem to be wanting to take things by force from you.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody's hiding from anybody.
Nope.
And, no, not yet. Who is the sages? Those are the front ones?
Yes, the satyr. Can you guys not see the name tags?
No.
How do I show you the name tags?
I'm the
Maybe
square
right
with
click on it
L.
and then the settings? Something?
Oh. Name. Save. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Mm, 1.
There we go. I figured things out. Now can you see all three of their names?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I just have to read 2 of the spells
Okay.
to see if I use any. Yes. To do that, I ensnaring cry. The next time I hit a creature, it must succeed a strength saving throw or be restrained by
Ooh.
magical vines.
All right.
Uh,
It's a bonus action, so you can do that.
Yep, and I'm attacking Satyr 1
Okay.
with my bow.
All right. Roll your 2 hit.
26.
Yeah, that hits.
And he has to beat this DC 13 strength save
And he takes 9 points of damage.
and 9 points from the arrow.
You said DC 13.
Yep.
Yep, he makes it. He makes it.
Dang it.
So he is not entangled.
Nope. And another shot on the same.
Okay. That was Satyr 1 you were hitting, so that's...
Yep. 13 to hit.
That glances off of his shoulder, undoing no damage.
And I'm going to use some movement.
Okay.
Outside the path is difficult terrain, I think.
Correct.
That should use 25 on my 30 feet of movement, and that's my turn.
All right. Okay, that's really interesting. So let's see. It is now her turn. Okay, so she moves 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She has a 30-foot movement speed. Yeah, she just moves to there. Actually, yeah, she just moves to there. And it is now Satyr's turn. Satyr 1's turn. She has drawn a short sword, by the way.
How did you do the measurement again?
She moved 30 feet. 5, 10.
Third button
15,
from the
20.
bottom. A circle with kind of a ruler in it.
Yeah.
And you can pull. Good thing I moved. Would have been within striking distance.
All right. I would like
Yeah, thank you.
everybody except for Sattet needs to make a DC 13 wisdom save, please, as the satyr starts playing his pipes.
I'll use my inspiration for this.
Okay. All right. You guys all managed to prevent yourself from being charmed by the satyr. He can't charm you again for the rest of the day, which is good for you.
Oh, yeah.
The other satyr, seeing this not working, is going to charge for... Ooh. That's fun. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. You got... Yes, you have enough movement. He's going to try to ram you, Sattet. He just puts his head down and starts charging you. And I need to roll that. Nope. Uh-oh, that is a crit. 2d4 plus 1, so 44 plus 1.
Not cool, dude.
Doing 7 points of damage to you. Yeah, you just got hit in the solid in the chest by a pair of ram's horns on the top of this guy's head. He seems unaffected by this. Holocall, you're up. Oh, I need you to make a saving throw because you're within 30 feet of the Medusa. You can try to avert your eyes, but if you try to attack the Medusa, it gives you disadvantage. So since she's there and you know she's there, you can avert your eyes from hers. She's staring directly into your eyes. And you don't need to make a saving throw, but you have disadvantage to attack her.
And if I want to attack Satyr 1,
You can't reach him, I think. Or no, you use bow.
with my bow I can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can use your bow. Yep, nope. You're not looking directly at her, so you can make that shot without any effects. And he's well within range. Are you gonna move back first?
I think that is wise.
Yep, go ahead and move. I don't know how you're measuring instead of moving, but
Click the circle with the kind of the ruler on it.
ah. All right. Roll your 2-hit.
While I draw my bow, I whisper it. How was it? Well, I have to look it up in one moment. Cannot remember the activation
Something in Fey.
thing.
Or not something in Elven.
The swiftest to you who have wronged me while I aim at Satyr 1.
All right. Yep, you get your bow's advantage on Satyr 1. That'll hit. For how much total damage?
I think it's
18 on the first hit. Plus 8.
Let me look it up again.
Okay.
Which is the one I have to use?
I think it
I don't think it totals the two bottom numbers. I think it's just 1d8 plus 3.
should.
Oh, no, it does. Because it's that 3d6.
Yes. If your attack hits your sworn enemy, takes an extra 3d6. Is the right side the extra 3d6?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's a whole... So you did a total of 38 damage.
Huh?
So what does it look like when you kill this guy? As your arrows just fly into him.
Headshot, I think.
Just an arrow in each eye.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So, Satyr 1 is officially dead. I don't know how to mark him as... I know there's a way to mark him as dead. There we go. He's dead. All right. After Holocall, Satet, you're up.
Can I still do bonus actions if I'm concentrating?
Depends.
Yep.
Depends on the bonus action, but yes, generally.
Unless that bonus action invokes another concentration spell,
Yes.
you can do.
No, I'm
Whatever.
just thinking like my spirit weapon that basically does its own fighting as a bonus act.
Yes, that you can do that. As long as the spell doesn't say concentrate, you can do it in addition to your concentration spells. And the only other thing that can affect your concentration spells is like taking damage.
Okay, I'm going to... Okay, I'm going to cast Hold Person on Satyr 2.
Do they count as people?
Humanoid.
I'll give it to you. It's humanoid enough. What save need does it need?
Wisdom.
Okay. It's just a straight D20. Does a 3 pass your spell DC?
No. The absolute lowest the spell DC is 8 plus proficiency. 8 plus proficiency plus
So
ability modifier. So probably not.
up to a minute. So this thing is held for a minute. 10 rounds.
Okay. And in my bonus action, I'm gonna send my spirit weapon to the Gorgon.
So casting the spirit weapon is a bonus action? Or you already cast it previously?
I thought it was a bonus.
Yeah, but 2 spells on the same turn isn't.
It has to be a okay. So to cast 2 spells on the same turn, you have to have the casting speed as a bonus, and one of them has to be a cantrip.
Oh, okay. The spiritual just said cast in time 1 bonus action. That's what I was wondering.
Oh, okay, so you could cast it and then attack, but you can't cast it and another spell.
Okay, well, I'm just doing hold person then.
All right, so Satyr 2 is held. Unable to move. Hold on. 5, 10. Did you specifically avert your eyes from the Gorgon? I'm assuming the answer is yes.
Yeah, as soon as we saw it, would have been.
All right, so yes. Everybody's in range, but the Gorgon, yeah. All right, after Satet, Horgold.
Do I need to make a save?
If you are looking at her and basically not averting your eyes, you need to make a save. So if you can avert your eyes, but you take disadvantage on all attacks to hit her, if you're averting your eyes. Otherwise, you need to make a save.
I don't have to look at it. It's literally said you point a finger at the target
Okay.
in range.
And,
Okay, cool.
And what are you casting? True Strike.
On
Yep.
Gorgon?
You that successfully. I mean, that's yes. That spell successfully goes off. All right. After Horgold, Granthos.
I'm averting my eyes. I'm trying to attack the.
I'm gonna hide, by the way.
Give me your stealth roll. There's not a lot of cover. In fact, there's basically no cover. How do you... That's... Okay, you think you're hidden from her. Okay. I'm saying that stealth roll is at a disadvantage, but it didn't matter because she rolled really badly. You hid behind a tree or something.
I am going to not do that. Casting Hunter's Mark on her.
Okay.
And as I said, I'm averting my eyes, so attacks at disadvantage.
Correct.
17 to hit.
Good grief. Yes, you hit.
7 damage plus another 2. That's 9. First
Okay.
arrow. And another arrow.
All right. Go for
10
it.
to hit.
10 misses.
And I'm gonna scooch back towards. That's my turn.
All right, its turn, or her turn. So Satet, I need you to make a strength check, please. She basically reaches for your face, and I rolled really badly. Hey, guess what? You managed to keep her from grabbing your face and staring deeply into your eyes. But it's still, her snake hair still gets to attack you from looking at this. That's really nasty. And does a 6 hit you, Satet?
Nope.
Why am I rolling so badly? All right. That's its turn. Satyr 2 is immobile, so it doesn't get a turn. But it has 9 more turns, and it can move again. And it is now Hollock's turn. Do you only get to use your thing once a day, or is it just once a day?
Once a day. It refills after dawn.
Ah, okay.
Would you be kind enough to put a orange dot on the Gorgon so I can remember Hunter's Mark?
I can try. There you go. Orange dot.
Thank you.
Whoops, sorry.
Run away!
I back up a little and avert my eyes and try to hit it.
All right.
The Gorgon.
So disadvantage on your roll.
At the 14.
Misses.
And this, second one misses also.
Yes. All right. So 2 arrows thunk into the ground somewhere in the distance behind her. Satet.
I'm still concentrating, so I don't believe I get to do anything, right?
You
Yes,
can still do anything that doesn't take concentration. So
You
attack.
can get your you can attack or get your special weapon out now.
Yep. You can get your spiritual weapon out now and then attack.
Yep.
Concentration is a free thing.
Yep.
That's the spirit weapon.
Misses. At least it doesn't have disadvantage.
And I mean, I guess that's it for me.
You can still attack because didn't you say casting spirit weapon was a bonus action?
Oh, yep, it is. All right, I will stab at. Well, I can't really see the Gorgon. I guess I'm gonna stab at the.
You can basically do a coup de grace since it's immobile, which basically means you do a critical hit without having to roll for it.
Yay!
So roll your damage. And you're using the spear?
Yeah, I thought it was a one-hand spear.
It is.
So.
Also, it's very dead. It's very dead. Like, you stabbed it, and, like, you stabbed it through the chest, and then you see, like, a hole opening up around the hole where the spear went in, like it's disintegrating, and the satyr falls off of your spear, and the hole just continues to grow. And the Medusa hisses at you, very angry.
I'm gonna pat my spear like good boy.
After Satet, Torgold, you're up.
So I got a little question
Yes.
about when people got cover, I have no disadvantage, but averting my eyes, does that count as well?
you can't see her clearly because you're averting your eyes. So you have disadvantage to hit her.
Okay. But I have advantage on her because of the
True strike. So
True strike,
those two
so
cancel each other out,
normal
and you're
roll.
left with a straight roll.
Yep.
Do not get your sneak.
I'm not hidden.
It doesn't matter. You require advantage to get your sneak
Or
attack.
in
Right?
melee attack with somebody else, my party.
So that is it within.
Okay, let me look up the rule.
Sneak attack. Got the page quickly for you.
All right. DDD.
$96.
You don't
And
need
you don't have
advantage
disadvantage on the attack roll. Okay, so yes.
I'll
Yeah.
do a normal attack, not a sharpshooter. But with a sneak attack.
All right, so yes, you do get sneak attack if you hit. You do not have advantage. So 25 hits. So how much damage do you do?
23 plus 13? No, 12.
So 35. Dear 35. Okay. I need to math that. She is really mad at you now, by the way. After Hogold, Gronthos, you're up.
Averting my eyes, but because pack tactics and Satet within range, I'm at a straight roll for damage.
Okay.
10.
No.
That sneak attack might be wrong though. Yeah, the sneak attack is wrong. 12 hit points for Gorgon with it. The 12 plus 12 should not be happening.
So 12 less damage than you said you did?
Yes.
Okay. Easy enough change?
23 to hit.
23 will hit.
Does 14 damage plus 4, 18 damage.
4 more is okay. She's starting to look bloody. And she's really unhappy.
You can be as unhappy as she wants. She started it.
I mean, technically, yes, she did start it.
No. Further back.
All right. Horgold, I need you to make a strength save, please. As she tries to grab for your face. Really? Oh, Sata, you got a opportunity attack if you want it when the Gorgon went past you. Still a disadvantage, unfortunately, but you still hit. Ooh, with the spear. Ow. Okay. That hurt her. That was obviously very bad for her. All right.
Oh. Discovered another fault. The 5 should not hit as well. It's because of I rolled the second one as a crit. That's why the 12 and the 5 is there.
Okay. So just 5 less damage from what your attack then?
Yeah, 19 total.
Okay, I got it.
The other one was for the crit.
Give me your strength save, please. because she's trying to grab your face, make your stare deeply into her eyes. She's really very pretty. You should look at her.
Are you talking to Horgold?
Holgrold, yes.
Oh, strength check. Sorry.
Yes.
Darn. I'm gonna die.
Give me a fortitude save, please. DC 14.
Fortitude?
Yes.
Constitution?
Yep. You are turned to stone.
Oh, bummer, dude.
If the creature fails by 5 or more, so it was a DC 14, creature is instantly petrified. So you are currently stone, and it's not going to bother attacking you. There are solutions to this, but don't feel bad. We'll get
No problem.
we'll
I
get you
will
back up.
be nice next to you next time when I miscount the damage.
All right. After the Gorgon, Hulk, you're up. You just saw her basically grab Horgold's face, and Horgold's like from his eyes outward, just a flash across his body as he turns to some sort of gray stone. And he probably sinks like to his knees in the swamp.
I back up a little. Ah. And I avert my eyes again and use my action search to attack twice, so 4 attacks total.
Go for it. One hit. Miss. 2 hits. Holy, you're rolling well. Critical?
No, with disadvantage, it's not.
Oh, disadvantage, no critical. But still 3 hits, so 11 plus 11 is 22 plus another. Oh, no, more than that. Or yeah, no,
4.
that's it. 11, 22, and then 8.
4. No, only 4.
Only 4. Okay.
The plus
26.
pluses are for the crit.
Yep. Got it. So 26 damage total. 3 arrows. Thunk.
Yes.
Yes, 36. Oh, she is slowing down as she's got arrows and she's bleeding heavily at this point. After Holocaust, Satet, you're up.
Can I run down? I'm gonna run down. Can I pick up the spearhead while we're doing?
Yes.
And then I will have the spirit weapon attack.
Yep. You still have your spiritual weapon attacking?
Yeah, is there a way to roll that without casting it every time?
Whatever. Just roll the d20 plus whatever the modifier is. You can just roll. There's just a dice roll thing off to the left. You just click on d20 and then add whatever it needs. I'm assuming that yes,
Actually-
there is a way. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to see what it rolls. It doesn't use strength or anything. It just says.
Should be your d20 plus your. I'm gonna say it's plus your wisdom modifier, not strength, since it's a spell. I don't know if that's right or not, but that's what we're going with.
Oh, whoop! Did that wrong.
We'll go with the first one. It's an 8 plus what's your wisdom modifier?
3.
So that's 11. That misses. All right. After Suttet, Horgold.
What can I do?
Sorry, you can stand there. Grunthos, you're up. Nobody's in melee with it, Grunthos. Disadvantage and you still got a 20. Okay. So how much damage you doing? $17 also hits. Give me your total damage. You are a very beautiful statue, Intertooth.
Total damage, both arrows, 22 damage.
Okay.
11 damage each arrow.
Okay. It's turn. She is bleeding heavily. She looks at all of you and hisses and is going to attempt to flee into the swamp. She heads down that way, 60 feet. 1, 2, 3. So she's now 60 feet. 30 feet because it's difficult terrain that away. So call it 90 feet total for you, Grunthos. Holocall, you're up.
I can still shoot at her, or?
Oh yeah, you're well within your longbow range, and it's outside of her area of effect for her magical abilities, so you can look at her.
Nice. So then I do that.
No longer disadvantage. But an 11 is not enough to hit.
The 14 is a miss also.
14 is a miss also. Hofterholic. Satet.
I don't think I have any way to hit her, so
How far can your spiritual weapon move?
25 feet.
So, no. You could throw your spear at her. It would be a long-range shot.
I cannot let go of Precious.
Fair enough.
So I'm going to go over and start taking a look at Horgold to see if there's anything I can do. Just investigating, poking him, seeing how.
Give me a heal check. We'll cover that afterwards. He's definitely a stone. After Satet, Horgold is a statue. Grunthos.
90 feet from me is outside short range on the bow, but well within the long range. But that puts me at a disadvantage. But we've all seen what Grunthos does at disadvantage.
Yes. So yeah, you can shoot. That's a hit.
20.
I don't know how you're doing this, but go for it.
12 damage.
Okay. You have a second attack, right? How much damage did you just do?
Another 12.
So you land. Okay, what does it look like when you kill her?
Does she have legs, or is it the Medusa snake tail?
No, it's legs.
first arrow pins in the back of the knee when she's trying to put weight on it, making her buckle. The other one goes straight into the back of the neck.
Okay, she slumps forward and is on the ground.
Yep.
How do you do that? Okay, anyway, never mind. Everything is fine. So we're out of turn order. Satet, you have the spearhead. Horgold is before you. You need a spell or two to get him no longer stone.
It might help to have a +9 on your attack bonus.
How do you have such a height? Never mind. I'm not even going to worry about it. Just continuing on. He weighs about 1,000 pounds right now.
Oh, Horgold isn't very crafty, but there's one thing he can make, and that's a cart.
True.
So I'm grabbing my hand axe, going to town on trees and branches and gathering stuff to make a cart.
All right. How long are you going to spend on it? Just long enough to make it, or basically until you can get it made?
Yeah.
All right. Satet, give me a Arcana, religion. Well, not religion. Arcana or healing, health, whatever that one is. Roll
Medicine.
Medicine. Thank you. That's good enough. You need to either use Greater Restoration or Stone to Flesh. Greater Restoration will restore everything. Stone to Flesh restores his flesh. All of his clothes and everything are still stone at that point.
I guess. Just a second. Let me look at my compendium to see what I can come up with in the next day.
True. Sorry, Horgold. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah, I can't cast either of those. I'm not high enough level yet.
You can find somebody to cast them. Back at home.
Yeah, but the question I have, would we be able to come back here after everything, or do we have to find a way to get him home? 1,000 pounds in a cart seems a little rough through the swamp.
Give me a nature check. Yeah, you're not confident that you can find your way back here. How many arrows did you shoot that did not hit Holocall? Most of them, I think. 3 that did not hit. All right, we'll go 2. You can get 2 of them back. Good enough for me. I mean, she only attacked you because you did like 800 points of damage to her, Harold.
And I only did like 800 damage to her afterwards.
Yeah, well, you just kept hitting her is the thing. All right, Grunthos, you fashion yourself a sledge. You think that with the 3 of you pulling it, you probably can pull Horgold. I'm assuming you guys have like rope and stuff.
Oh yeah, I've got rope.
Give me a strength check if you would, all 3 of you.
Before we go, I'm going to go loot the lady.
Okay.
I am looting.
She has a short sword and a mask and bloody, torn up clothing.
I'll take the short sword. Sell it.
Does Medusa magic end when she dies?
Her petrification magic does not end when she dies.
So we could cut off her head and put it in a bag and use it otherwise.
That would work
we
for a
can't use-
limited amount of time, you think? Possibly? You're not 100% sure?
Are we tired? Like, would we want to rest up first?
You don't feel tired, strangely enough. You don't know how long you've been here, but it feels like it's been like 24 hours. But you don't feel tired. Also, I would like Holocall. I need you to make another Constitution save, please.
I also want to go loot the satyrs.
That's another failure for your track. How many failures and how many successes do you have?
Let me look.
Do we
2
know
fails,
what
2
he's saving?
success.
Okay.
No.
No, nothing obvious about his illness, Satet.
Any valuables on the satyrs before we head out?
Their panpipes are nice. The Gorgon's mask, you're pretty sure was magical, by the way.
What would be the best route to like change one of my spells? Would we have to, since we have no perception in time, wouldn't be able to just camp out, right? I'm pretty much stuck with what I have.
You can take a long rest. I will warn you that the Faywyld is not a safe place. But yes, you may take a long rest if you wish.
Well, if I'd have just known we were going to be in the swamp, I could have done the water walk on all of us, but I don't think we're going to be able to.
Yep, we can pull the sled on the path. Tough, it'll work.
I still need that strength
Rank
check from you
check.
guys. For pulling
Athletics or-
Horgold out of the swamp.
Is that an athletics check or just...
Sure, athletics will be fine. So after much effort and probably an hour to an hour and a half, you guys managed to work Horgold up out of the swamp that he has sunk into and up onto the sledge, and the sledge up onto the path. It is slow and tiring walking. After not very long of walking, you guys start feeling exhausted in the way of like you're doing a lot of exercise, but not tired in the way of you need to go to sleep.
Yep. Trying to find the way back.
All right. Are you guys going to take a short or long rest?
Do we need a short or long rest?
I don't know. Do you need a short or long rest?
I'm asking the others.
I'm good.
I need to.
None of you
That's
got
all.
hurt.
Good too.
Pushing on, trying to get back.
All right. Are you heading toward Aurora's house, or are you headed towards the I can't stand watch. Yeah. Are you headed towards the Fey Ring?
I want to head to the Fey Ring.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a survival roll.
10.
7. See how long this takes you, and see if I need to roll on a random encounter table. 16. Ooh, good enough. Satet, you see Grunthos and Hollick going down the wrong path after a while. You're like, no. Left. You're Point this way. Left. No, wait, the other left. And after hours, it feels like hours, if not days, of dragging this, you finally see the brick Fayring in the distance, and you hear howls in the distance, and for the first time since you got here, it feels like not midday. No less light, but you can sense that night is falling.
Let's get Horgold through here and then decide what we want to do about the Aurora situation.
Let us do. And I lost Bronto's voice. Ugh. I might have to make a new one. Retcon it.
Alright. You guys get to the Fayring. You remember the activation word if you want to speak it. And all four of you arrive on the other side.
Is Borgild?
Did you leave your light here? Or did you take it with you?
No, I just left it there.
All right, so Borghild is here. She blinks at you in surprise, and then looks at Horgold, Horgold's state, who looks also kind of surprised, and says, "You were only gone for a very short time."
Hey, don't make fun of Grunthos.
She
We
kind
were
of
gone a long time.
She kind of blinks at you, Satet, and you see her casting Detect Magic. And you brought back something interesting. Did you manage to also secure passage?
Aurora wants that something for pass.
Aurora sent us on a mission, and then her people betrayed us and attacked us. I point at Horgold.
I pull up the Gorgon mask and wave it around a bit.
Interesting. Well, I do not believe that. Do not believe passage is worth what you have brought back. Can I have it? Satet? This thing's about 2.5 pounds, and as far as you can tell, is made out of pure iron. Also, it's heavily magical.
What are my chances of running? I just want to go.
If you head down the cave, she doesn't appear to be moving to stop you. Although your sledge, upon arriving back into here, has started to dissolve.
Try and get Horgol as far out as we can before it finally just stops. Probably stops at the edge of the ring. Sled is from Faywyld, and we are.
Help us with our friend, and then we can decide what to do with the item we brought back.
I need to look up a spell. Very well. We can have that discussion. PQRST. Hopefully it's here where I think it is. It is. It is a first level spell, so okay. Arcana, please. Anybody who has it? Or wants to roll it, even if they don't have it. I don't care. 10's good enough. 0 is not. Horgold is a stone. So she takes out a pouch of what appears to be iron dust and sprinkles it around on the ground underneath Horgold's feet, and a 5-foot round disc appears underneath his feet and lifts him up off the ground. A 10 on Arcana will tell you this is Tensor's floating disc, although it's a little more powerful than you're used to. Does the Gorgon head also deteriorate? It is in the process of falling apart, yes.
Hold it up to her, see if it works on her.
Do you actually do that? That is a you need a new backpack. It's not deteriorating as in rotting, it's deteriorating as in like dissolving into nothingness.
Kind of like Fallout energy death.
Yeah, it smells kind of like ozone. So that's like sharp electric storm smell. So nothing bad. Yeah. But anyway, somebody said something about holding it up to shoot, what is her name? Borghild.
Borghild.
Do you actually
do that? Are we sure she's our enemy? I'm not so sure about that, so I don't think I will do that. No.
Okay.
Also, I do not know the laws here in this country with petrifying people.
It's generally frowned upon in every country you're familiar with, using something to petrify somebody else. She motions and with a small pinch of dust at Grunthos and says, "The disc will follow you. When you are ready, come back, and we shall discuss what we should do for passage."
I'm bolting. I'm just taking off.
So you bolt. Satet bolted. At least that's the impression I got. So the disc follows after you. It's about 5 feet behind you and floating, 3-4 feet off the ground. Just like right at head height for you.
Wait, I'm going to slow down and walk back and see if I can sit on the disc.
3 or 4 feet is almost twice my height.
Okay, so it's like head height for you.
I can stand under it.
I forget how short you are. It's like head height for you. Satet, when you try to sit on it, it starts tipping, and Horgold starts tipping towards you.
Yeah, I jump right back off.
Give me a dexterity check, please. Good enough. You manage to get off in time that he doesn't fall off. You just want to hug it, right?
I'm
just want to ride.
Satet, where can we find someone to help with Horgold, please?
Let's go to the temple. I'm sure one of us there can help.
Yeah. Harlock, are you coming?
I shrug and follow them.
Harlock, as you're leaving, she bows at you and kind of smirks.
I wish my character knew what was going on.
Just go with the flow.
All right, you guys head out. It is like 10 minutes after you entered the tunnels, maybe 20 in the time that you took to walk down to the end of the tunnels and walk back out again. So it's, early evening. You're feeling that tiredness of you just spent hours dragging something along the ground. But you're not like, you feel like you've been up for days. like awake for days, but you don't feel like you are tired like you have been awake for days. Time doesn't seem to work right, or didn't seem to work right.
Nope. Main concern now, help Horgold.
Okay. You guys take Horgold to the Temple of Raya. About the time you get there, the spell, the floating disc, like moves forward and settles on the ground, and Horgold, if he didn't look so surprised, looks like he might be a statuary out in front of the temple, entreating people to entreating people to come into services.
I think he looks good there, guys. Are we sure we want to fix him?
An annoyed tail hits the back of Sathet's chin.
All right. She was asking. So I'm gonna go in, and I assume I have familiarity enough to find a high enough priest to see if we can find a spell.
Yes. Erasmus is the head priest. Please write that down because I'm going to forget. Here. And he follows you out and says, "What happened?"
Fought a thing in Faywyld.
Okay.
Well,
That raises even more questions. What happened?
I'm gonna go through and tell him the whole story, and I'm going to admit the piece of the artifact or the spearhead, and just say that we were ambushed by Aurora's minions, one of which was a Gorgon, and we barely survived and brought him back.
Okay, so I have so many questions, but first let's see about fixing your friend. So, we can do. Let's look at. I need to look at what level spells are.
Great Restoration is the 5th.
5th level. Okay, flesh to stone or stone to flesh.
Does not seem to exist.
Really, flesh to stone exist?
Flesh to stone exists, but not stone to flesh.
It's the reverse. It's the same thing. So what's
That's a 6th level warlock.
interesting? All right, so Greater Restoration it is. It's a 5th level spell.
Yep.
He's like, I mean, I can cast it, and I mean, we're gonna have to work, because that's a lot of. I mean, Raya will of course restore him. I would request. I mean, it feels wrong to ask this of you, Miss Satad, since you are the traveling priest of Raya, but we are going to need some consideration for the church to expend these resources. Whatever you feel would be fair for the service.
How much would you normally pay for a statue at the entrance greeting people?
I mean, several hundred brass for a statue of this quality. Probably to have an artisan do it, to have it done so it's not magical. Well, it is magical, but it is probably 500 or 600 brass at least.
I look at everyone who's like, "Come on, guys, he's worth at least that much, right? No, okay."
The tail doesn't go for your shin, it just goes for the ground behind me. Bonk! You moron. I pony up 50 brass. That's basically all I have.
Yeah,
You guys have.
I can pony up
magical
100
firepower.
at least. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not made into money yet.
He kind of goes, well, you can't really do it until tomorrow morning. So if you can, come up with something before then, or you just tomorrow, I'll have your friend restored and we'll talk about it. Okay.
Okay, let's put him in a good spot. Put a hat on him or something.
Uh,
Do you have some candles that we can put like in his hands and light for the night?
What?
the hands that are holding a bow and an arrow, probably.
I was gonna say he probably had a knocked arrow, didn't he?
Oh, we can make it a flaming arrow.
All right.
I guess
Cast
at
light
that
on it.
point-
There you go.
We will see you guys in the morning then. And I'm going to head back to the town.
I'm gonna.
By the way,
post,
that's a great idea. I'm going to cast the light cantrip on like his nose of the statue.
Yep, it lights up like a torch. It's his face is now well lit.
So Gruntos might not be the best person to do this, but he's one that took the iron bar, and he's gonna go look for someone. Make money out of it.
You would be familiar with money changers, although it is early enough. It's late enough at night that you don't think they're open, but they should be open tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
Grunthos, no worry. I'll have money.
Would I know some place to identify it? You said the Gorgon mask is magical.
Yep. Detect magic would give you the class. Is identify magical items a spell in 5th edition?
Identify is a spell.
Well, then that's what you need.
First level, Forge Cleric, Knowledge Cleric, Wizard, spell, and Bards.
Do you all
I
have
have-
lodging here?
I have
Time
detect magic, but I want to use it on something else.
isn't detect magic a cantrip?
Nah, it's first level.
No.
Oh,
But both are rituals, which you can cast without spending spell slots. If you cast it as a... Yeah, but I'll find someone tomorrow to help.
Alright.
To the inn! To the snorting boar.
so the night passes without further incident.
I want my beer.
Hey,
Uh,
Grunthos, can you bring out the iron bar? I'd like to take a look at it closer. See if we can figure out who we're working.
I take it out and it's got a couple of tiny marks from teeth.
I'm going to cast
Like-
detect magic on it.
It is.
Barrel.
It detects as strongly magical, almost overwhelmingly magical, but it's like it's unformed. There's no school to it, so it's just all or no schools of magic at the same time. As you're staring at it, detect magic is what spell? What school?
Divination.
So as you're staring at it with detect magic, it slowly starts morphing into looking more and more like divination. As the school of the magic coming from this bar.
Okay, then.
Is there a bard in the tavern?
The snorting boar? Give me a d20 roll. This is just a kind of a luck roll. There is a person singing in the bar. You do not think they are of the magical abilities of a bard.
I'm not thinking bard as the class bard as the
Yes.
entertaining.
There's somebody
thing.
entertaining in the bar.
I got a couple of panpipes I want to sell.
They're doing poorly.
At least one of them.
Okay.
You should get up there and use one of the new pipes, see how they work, man.
I'm not proficient in pan flute. Just normal flute.
Give me a wisdom save, please. As you go to pull out the pan flutes to show him, you feel them starting to dissolve beneath your fingers.
Oh,
Dad.
doggone it.
The mask, on the other hand, is still there.
Oh.
All right. The evening passes. You guys wake up in the morning, doing whatever you're going to be doing.
Money changer.
Horgold, you wait. You fall. You take a couple steps back and take a deep breath, and realize that you are no longer in the Faywyld. And there is a person who's probably mostly unfamiliar to you standing next to you, looking at you expectantly.
I ready my bow.
He kind of looks at you. Good morning. It's good to have you back.
What happened?
Satet says there was a Medusa involved.
Yeah. Where's the rest?
I don't know. They went home for the evening, or to their inns, I suppose.
Where am I?
He kind of motions behind you, and it's the temple of or chapel of Raya in Orkland.
Lower my bow, I guess.
Anyway, your friends were going to return later with a donation for the church, since you were kind of stoned.
What kind of donation are you looking for?
A few hundred brass will probably be sufficient.
I can spare 100.
Thanks. Thanks.
I hope my friends can get some more for you.
I'm sure
Thank you for turning me back.
I'm sure they will be by later. Satet is well known to us. He's trustworthy. We know he's good for it. He wouldn't betray Raya like that.
So,
Shall I wait here for them, or can I return to them?
You may go wherever you wish. Please come by for services someday. You're always welcome
find
here.
my friends.
All right, you head off. Grunthos is in the Snorting Boar. I don't know where anybody else is at.
I went home for the night after a beer or so, or two.
Right.
I'm gonna be off by myself, probably actually at the temple. Now that I think about it, or heading back to the temple, and I want to have a talk with my spear about the other spearhead and touch the tip.
All right. You have a conversation with your spear. It's becoming progressively more personable. And you, after a while, get the impression that this is... I named them, but I didn't remember to write down the names of them. So the spear, it claims itself is known as the in Giant in Giant, the spear's name is basically works out to Fire Spear. The spear head that you have is in Elven works out to Air Spear or Wind Spear. Because the people who were inventing these were not very good at naming things.
Okay, wait. So the spear I have, the full spear, is the Fire Spear?
Yes. He says it in Giant. And and he says that all you would need to restore the second spear is a blacksmith and a spear haft, essentially. Someone clever working with materials and the haft of a spear.
Okay, thank you. Is it technically more?
Yes, it's we can fast forward to morning at this point.
I will go down and give 200 brass to the donation bin. I don't know what they have there.
Yep, there's a box for it. All right. Grunthos, were you going to try to cash in the
Yep.
All right. Give me a charisma check, please. Holy. All right.
Holy moly!
So, after a little bit of fighting back and forth, you think you've gotten a fair price for this thing. The money changer looks at you and says, "I don't have that much on hand right now. So I tell you what, I'll give you 2,500 brass now. It's mixed coinage because that's basically all the brass that I have, and I will give you a writ for another 2,400 brass that you can come back in once I have converted this to more fungible money."
Okay, but make the written two, make two of half of that.
So 1,200 each. All right. So he hands you basically a writ signed by his name that is good at his shop only for 1,200 brass. And then he starts handing you piles of... So he hands you piles of brass and of bronze and some jewelry, some jewelry and some just raw gemstones or cut gemstones. And he's as you're walking out the door, he's yelling at his assistant.
What's he? Is he yelling in Orcish?
Yes, he's yelling in Orcish.
God dang it!
Yes, he was talking to you in common, but he's yelling in Orcish. All right.
Yeah. So I have at the moment, I don't know, one of my documents right. Even I have 2,500 in mixed coinage and 2 times 1,200. Right. Okay.
The name of the place you went translates to common as the Shiny Tooth.
Okay. And I'm going to go...
Or the Shiny Fang, really. It's referencing the like bottom teeth that orcs have that stick up out of their lips.
Yep. I want to figure out what that Gorgon... Do I know someone doing identifies magic?
I mean, you can find somebody around town.
Want to go looking?
You spend it costs 100 brass somewhere, but you're able to get it identified. It is a mask of, I guess, protection versus gaze attacks. So whoever is wearing it can see and speak and everything normally, as if they didn't have the mask on. The mask is just a flat with 2 eye holes, and it makes the wearer immune to all gaze attacks.
Ooh,
I don't know if that's an official magic item, but that's what it does.
You can make it one.
I mean, I just did make it one. It also works in the reverse, so it also protects everybody else from your gaze attack if you have one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And we will go ahead and wrap it there, I do believe. No real cliffhanger for the end of this, but that's okay. So,
there is a cliffhanger. What is Grantos intending to do with all the money?
that's for you to work out. All right. Thanks everybody for listening. Thanks for anybody who is watching this on YouTube. It has been great having you here. We'll get this game more consistent again, and I'll get back into the swing of things. Thanks to all the players. It's been great having you here. Thanks everybody for watching. Bye.
Bye.